Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new day of All Creator Live. I am back playing more No Man's Sky, and my laptop was just being weird again, but this time I took the time to make sure everything was functioning correctly before I got started. As you can tell, I'm irping a bit. That's because I just got done eating dinner. I ate it pretty quickly. I probably shouldn't have. I had like 3 chili cheese dogs, which wouldn't normally be too much for me, but I bought some pretzel rolls. And to anyone who's ever eaten a pretzel roll before, they are very filling. It's very thick dough that they use for pretzel rolls, so it's more or less like eating a pretzel and a hot dog at the same time. So I ate 3 chili cheese dogs and 3 hot dogs, basically, or 3 pretzels, basically. And when I say pretzels, I mean big pretzels, because a pretzel bun uses about the same amount of dough as a regular large pretzel. So yeah, I'm very full right now. Yeah, I ate all that in the span of 30 minutes. It's been a very compact day. I didn't have as many hours to work today because today and tomorrow they're going to be cutting back on my hours so that when I go on vacation, I can fully utilize everything, not just my vacation hours, but my personal hours as well. And I have like 1 day of personal time. So they have to cut that in half, and they're basically giving it to me in 2 days instead of 1, because they need me for today and tomorrow. But I kind of wanted to have off tomorrow because tomorrow's my nephew's birthday. But they were like, no, we're going to need you for at least that day before you go on vacation. I'm like, okay. And I understood, but at least I get a couple of the hours off, you know? And that way I can celebrate his birthday with everybody, then go to sleep, then go into my other job and get them all set up for that weekend. I'm going to try and stay there a little bit longer and try to get them all set up so that they don't have to worry about much on Saturday night and Sunday night. And then when I leave Saturday morning, I'll be officially on vacation from both jobs. And it's been a while since I've been on vacation, as most of you know, for the past 3 years at least, since I started streaming on YouTube. And, you know, since I started getting back into the rhythm of streaming more than once a month, like I used to back in the 2000s and stuff, it took a while for me to get my schedule this set as much as it is. In fact, it took like 10 years, really, when I think about it. Because everything that comes into play before I had my commission job, my job with Iris, all of that is, I mean, where I used to put it, but a lot of the other stuff that happened before that should really count, because I was working towards getting the goal of getting to where I'm at now. Yeah, I think I'm going to just have a nice chill stream. I was debating whether or not I should do something different with this No Man's Sky chill stream, since we're going to be going into my vacation soon, but I think I'll just do what I did last week. I was thinking about maybe doing something like survival or setting up a new game to kind of have a starting from scratch type of playthrough of No Man's Sky. But you all know No Man's Sky, and you've all seen... Is there a fight going on? Oh. No, they just decided to use fight-sounding music to illustrate the point that I've gone back into the game. Alright, interesting. I wonder if they've decided to overhaul the music for No Man's Sky. Because I've been talking a lot about having to put on Spotify to make the music a little more interesting when I play No Man's Sky. Not that that's a bad thing, I actually like it. The atmospheric music they were using before kind of fit with everything that was going on in the game. And having some music in the background was kind of like just how it would be when you're listening to music doing anything else. Because that was weird. I was like, oh no, is there a fight going on? Because that music, it only sounds like that when something bad's happening. Like a bad guy is doing something. But oh well, I guess they were just like, hey, congratulations, you started up a new game and we're going to play this awesome music. Yeah, I guess that's cool. Either that or they did it because there's a new citizen request available at my settlement. I don't know. This time, instead of starting with my... You know what? No, I should probably start with my frigates. That way I don't have to worry about them too. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I should start with the bases because I am going to need to gather up materials for launch fuel so that I can send the frigates out. So I might as well get these started up first because these won't really require much in way of materials. And then I can farm for materials to send out the frigates. And then I'll set up the settlements again. And then I'll fish. And then I'll finish off with more settlement stuff. And then that'll be that. A nice chill stream for everybody. And since it's still the start of the stream, I want to again apologize to SJ for the last stream. As I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, I've been having problems with my laptop when it starts up. This weird thing happens where the bottom bar that holds all of my the windows, it won't be visible, and anytime that I minimize the windows I can't open them back up. So I had to restart my laptop yesterday, so I didn't have my chat open or anything. I couldn't see people chatting, I couldn't hear people chatting, and you showed up, SJ. You showed up and said a few things, but I wasn't responding. I wasn't ignoring you, I swear, I just couldn't hear you. That's the unfortunate issue that I'm facing right now with having to use my laptop. I should probably... I've been trying to make it to where I can start using my phone instead, because it feels like I'd be able to do a much better job with my phone, because my laptop is soon going to become just like an office workplace device. I'm not going to use it for doing anything recreational anymore because it's getting old, and eventually Microsoft is actually going to stop doing updates to Windows 10, and that at that point it'll be unsafe to use for internet stuff. So I'm just going to use it for creating things, and that'll be that. And since I'll have it hooked up to my main laptop, I'll just be able to use it to transfer. It'll just be kind of like an extra storage space in a way. I'll use it to store a lot of my creative stuff, and that way my main work laptop and my desktop... My main work laptop I also use for streaming. It's my more powerful laptop. My desktop I don't use as much anymore because that's old as well. but I still use it to communicate and stuff with people that I work with. So, it's those two things are going to be doing most of the work these days. This laptop that I use for the chat and stuff, that one I've been using a lot for socializing and creating things and whatnot. But I'm slowly starting to realize that it's showing its age, and either I should get a new laptop or I'll just work with what I can for now until I'm able to afford a new laptop, because I need two. One, mostly for the computing power that's required for creating things like videos and animations and 3D renders and all of that stuff. It's definitely something you need, opposite from other things that you use for streaming or working, or for some people playing video games, but I don't really have that many PC games that I play, so. But yeah, I've just been going between these two laptops this whole time. But I realized since I haven't been using my desktop as much, I should probably get in the habit of using it again. It's not very strong, but it can be used for socializing. It's a bit more secure. So, yeah. Gotta work with what you got, And then maybe sometime, I'm thinking sometime in 2030, to be honest, is when I'll be able to afford a new laptop, because of the way the system's working. It's not really there. It's really hard for everyone to afford anything. I'm only saying that because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm the only person suffering. I know 100 people out there right now that would 100% tell me that they are facing the exact same problem. And when I say 100, I mean like people that I know, I can't say that for sure, because like maybe half of those people I don't talk to all the time, but I do know that they face the same problems I'm facing right now in terms of getting new computers stuff and getting new stuff for work. Alright, let's resolve this dispute. Scout Yiso, oh Jesus, you scared me, whoever you are. Scout Yiso has been caught stealing a face mask. It is noted that they have a record of unprovoked violent outbursts. Oh, this guy's a menace. Alright, collect fine, assign correctional seminars. That seems more like it would pay off in the long run. Send a collect whispering egg. Send to collect whispering eggs? That sounds like, alright, let them off with a warning. No, definitely not that. If they've been stealing and starting fights with people, there's either two things that I could choose here. Assign correctional seminars, which would maybe yield some results. I don't know how well the seminars are. Or just flat out punish them by having them do community service. Or, you know what? Collecting a fine won't solve shit. Just throwing money at the problem is probably something guys like this do all the time. So, oh wait, that's gonna reduce my population though. This is, you know what? No, he has to. That'll kill him though. Because it says negative population. That just means he's gonna die. I don't want to send him to death. Like, he starts fights, he steals stuff, but all those things can be corrected. So he's like, no, I don't want to go to seminars. Send me to get the whispering eggs, please. Nope. You're gonna stay here and think about what you've done. That's your punishment. You're not gonna throw money at the problem. And you can't get out of this by dying. Alright, let's see. Ooh. It's got a little fancy flag at the top of it now. Oh no, that's the symbol rating. There is I think, like a different type of design on the top. Let's see, I have 2 of these trade stations. Is there any difference? In appearance, I mean. I don't see much of a difference. No, there's not really a difference. I'm guessing there's a difference in what they sell or how much money they'll make. But I don't see any physical difference. So let's upgrade this one. Oh, I gotta make another mind control device. Right. I can do that. I think it just requires a solar mirror, right? Because I think I have the other supplies. God, there's so many things you can make now. I remember when this menu used to be only like 2 pages, and then that's it. Way back when the game first started, it used to be 2 pages, and that's all. You didn't have this many things to create. Because they didn't have them in the game, there was no, reason. At some point, I feel like they're going to have to increase the size of this page. Because I feel like only having 2 rows of items isn't enough. Because sometimes when I'm just quickly going through, I miss things. It has to be something that I did recently. It is. And yeah, all I need is a solar mirror. Okay. Good. I like that it's very cheap to upgrade the trade stations. It's very sneaky, though. Using a mind control device. Alright, well, let's see what the... Oops, I keep doing that. That's because I got used to playing Palworld. Because I didn't have so much to do at work today, I got in at like 8 o'clock today, so I woke up at 12 or 1, sometime between 12 and 1, and I decided to play more of my second world that I created in Palworld, and my god, the game is so much easier on default settings. I've gotten so far. I'm a level 20. I've explored all of the starting area and done all the dungeons, killed all the syndicate members, defeated the tower, done all of the missions. I've collected a fuck ton of pals. I've collected a lot of pals, actually. But yeah, and there's like this grotto thing that you can build in your base, where you can send all of your pals into it to bring back rare materials. And that's great, because I was collecting all these pals. Like, I'm not going to be able to put all of these things to work into my base. I'm just going to have them in these boxes sitting there for no reason. And then I made that, and I was like, yes! Yes! They're going on expeditions. This is great. I don't even know if that was in the base game. I can't remember much of what they had in the first in the first update to Palworld, but I feel like that was something they've added recently. Alright, since that's going to take a while to get done... Oh, right, I gotta go to the other settlement. I was like, wait, I gotta do something else, don't I? I was gonna say, let's go shoot some asteroids, but that I have to do the other thing later. I have to do this first. Wait. What's my status in this settlement now? I haven't been paying attention to that. Not on both, just this one. Oh, it's S now! Yes! Finally! After so long that I have had this since the first settlement, when I had no idea why. When you first create a settlement, way back when No Man's Sky settlement update first launched, or whatever it was called, I can't remember, when they first added settlements. Hey, April. Yeah, I'm not really doing anything that important.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. I think she thought I was playing Palworld. But, Yeah, back when the first settlement uh, update released and you got to make your own settlements, I had no idea why I couldn't get to an S class. I was stuck at A going, well, I feel like I've done all of the updates on my buildings, but it turns out they only went up to B, and there was no way to really know. And the updates for buildings, they rolled out periodically in a way that was very random, and you couldn't tell when they were going to happen. Because you couldn't update the buildings individually. You had to wait for a certain thing to happen. But given that, you know how when I start back up and they say things like there's a new person visiting your settlement, or there's a dispute at your settlement, and then you go and resolve it? It was just like that. That's how the updates to your buildings went. And because it was competing with all of the other things, I thought all of my buildings were upgraded. So I was like, well, I guess I don't have any more upgrades to my buildings. Maybe I just gotta focus on productivity, happiness, and current population. And focusing on that wasn't getting me anywhere. And I was still stuck at A. And I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I just kind of just stopped working on my settlements. I thought maybe I'd gotten it as high up as I could, and maybe there was some kind of glitch preventing me from getting it to S. But no, it's just that I couldn't upgrade my buildings because I didn't know that they still required updates. So yeah, now that I know what I have to do, there we go. S-class settlement. And the shitty part about it is you would think, oh, we'll just look it up online. But no, I was doing exactly everything that everyone was saying online. It was just impossible to really figure out whether or not your bases were getting upgraded or not, except by looking at them. But at some point, as I showed you, it becomes impossible to tell what the difference is between one building and its upgrade. Because the upgrade is just so minor that it doesn't... I still don't know what that black stuff is that shows up every time that I warp to another system. It's freaky whenever I teleport. But as long as it's not my TV, I'm totally okay with it. I'm like, alright, cool. So long as it's not my TV that's causing... that's having the problem. But yeah, I think the thing that annoys me the most about yesterday and missing SJ's comments is I try my best to make this stream open and welcome for everybody, to where they don't feel like they're ignored like they would with another channel, you know? Whenever they watch somebody else's stream, they're stuck behind millions and millions of people, and they're all talking at once, so they feel unseen. And I don't want that with my stream, you know? I want people to be able to be seen. And it upsets me because I feel like SJ wasn't seen in that moment. Alright, what's the citizen request? Survivalist Construct Neo wishes to undertake an expedition across the planet, along with several other citizens. They have been cooped up inside the settlement walls for too long. They simply wish to experience the thrill of adventure, the excitement of stepping out into the unknown. That sounds like a cool thing. That's adventure, dude. I love adventure. Authorize the mission. Alright, man, be safe. I'll give you a shit ton of money to... You know. I hate the fact that I just put my settlement back into even more debt because we're struggling with debt. Oh, it's kind of petered out. It's still at 10,000. Of course, I just made it worse by, you know, upgrading it, but... Not 10,000, I mean 10 million. It was at 10 million last week. So, It's not going down, so it's still bad, but at least it's not going up. I just need to get this number to match this number, and then we'll stop the increase. And I'm getting close. I still need about 150,000 to match. And in order to do that, we have to upgrade our buildings. So let's see which one gets upgraded this time. I know I set one up to be upgraded last time I played. Oh, come on, I had to. I wasn't that stupid. No. No! I didn't set up a building to be upgraded last time? No, this building looks like it's being upgraded. Is it still being upgraded? Why does it still have the barricades around it? Oh, okay. Why didn't it point me in this direction? That's weird. Hooray! Class A. Nano farm. So that they can eat. So what do I need to upgrade it again? Because that's going to increase our productivity by a lot. Oh, right, more dirt. Do I have dirt? I feel like I bought a lot of it to the point where I was able to save a bunch of it in my freighter. Speaking of which. Oops, I keep... Sorry, everybody, if it seems like I'm screwing up the controls. But I am playing 3 different types of inventory management games these days. So, yes, I did. Awesome. Because I think it said 60 something. Yeah, 64. S-class feeding institution. Oh. I gotta remember to keep buying dirt because I think there's another building like this. Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. I need to warp to my freighter anyway. Alright, hopefully we get a boost to our productivity now since we reopened that building. Let's take a look. We did. We did. Now we only need 100,000. Well, about 100,000. The higher we get it, the better, but, you know. I'll get to 100,000, and that'll get rid of that maintenance cost. And allow us to actually start making money instead of losing it. Get us out of the red. Alright, that gave us about 50,000 in productivity. That's minus the cost of what's sacrificed with happiness. So it's bound to do that again. Maybe even 7,000 because of the increase in population we're bound to have. So I feel like next week our settlement will be out of debt. What's that? Oh, my character's one of those. That race. Oh, what are they called? They're the new one. They're the newest race. The ones that were part of the Atlantidium thing. Autophage, that's it. I knew it began with an A. But yeah, the autophage settlement will finally start making money instead of losing it. which I feel like is a big step because all the other settlements don't start off the way the autophage does. The other settlements, they are in trouble, but they're in trouble with the Sentinels. And when you first encounter them, they aren't really in debt. They're kind of stable. They're in a stable sense, basically. And all you really need to do is help get them to the point where they're protected against the Sentinels. And that's why resolution was so easy for me to build up. But the autophage, that, oh my gosh. They start in debt and it just keeps going. Alright, let's debrief our frigates. Somebody left the door open. Oh, you left the door open. Close that door behind you. You're letting all the space in. Letting all this wonderful oxygen out. Close the space door behind you. That's not how space works, everybody. But still. I was thinking about making myself some popcorn, too. When I got off of work and was eating my dinner. And then I realized, yeah, I'm going to be way too full. Because I ate 2. And when I was halfway through the third one, I was like, this is so filling. I can't. So I have 3 of the same chili dogs in my my fridge now. I'm probably going to end up eating either tomorrow morning or I don't know. Who knows how I'm going to feel before I go to bed. I'm going to get some extra sleep today because I think tomorrow they have me working 4 or 5 hours. Which is unusual, but at least I'll be able to get done when my nephew wakes up. He wakes up in the afternoons because he's still on vacation. He goes back to school in August. Let me check my calendar. Oops, I went to September. Okay. Yeah, I think he starts back up in school on the 5th, because I think the 4th is a visit day for all of the schools, and they don't technically have school open on that day, so kids don't have to go into school that day. But yeah, I'm looking forward to my vacation because I am definitely going to play more Palworld. And to anyone like, oh, we want to see your other world. If you want to see that, don't worry, I'll be showing it off. That's probably... I do kind of want to play the world that I started, the randomized world that I started, because it's crazy. I looked at it in comparison, and it is so much crazier than the default world. I think the majority of my time spent in that randomized world was spent trying to survive. Oh, one of the frigates got damaged. But yeah, the whole time I was just trying to survive, not running into pals, in case you couldn't tell. So I couldn't do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. It's weird that one of the settlement... Oh, it was the abandoned one? The abandoned... This was the abandoned and the nomad. I'm not surprised that the nomad didn't get damaged. That one's a... That one's... I think that's a fighter. But I think that the... I think it's the abandoned. I can't remember what it's called. But is an exploration frigate, and the exploration and the trade frigates end up getting attacked the most. I mean, obviously, because one is going into dangerous places or doing dangerous things, and the other one is full of money, full of all that green, which pirates love. That's why you're supposed to accompany them with a fighter, but the Nomad apparently didn't do its job. But I'm sure that'll be reported amongst everything here. But yeah. I thought they were at a high enough rating to handle this, but I guess it was just an issue of the amount of time that it took them to do it. Let's see. Attempted to use orbital mining laser to harvest minerals on planet Itby. Power surge, overheated laser core, heat shields failed, multiple bulkheads damaged by fire. That's what happened. Bowser's Dream, that's the name of the frigate. Okay, so I think it wasn't even the fault of the Normandy, it was just Bowser's Dream. It was just a little too overzealous with their mining operation. They fried their laser core. There was a power surge. Alright, I'll fix it. The Normandy's just like, how dare you assume we didn't do our jobs. We told them to stop. We were like, you're gonna fry out your core laser if you keep doing that. Stop it. And they just kept going. They were mad men. Oh no, this isn't how you teleport to the frigates. I didn't want to fly to the frigate. I've already demonstrated how to do that. I'm gonna use the shortest route to fix a damaged frigate. There it is. Bowser's Dream. That's weird. Everything looks fine from here. It did say something was damaged, but it's not showing it. Where's the core? Okay. All of these are the bonuses that the ship offers. Okay, this doesn't show the... I always thought that demonstrated the damaged parts of the ship from your freighter, but I guess not. Alright, so this is the one. Bowser's Dream is the one that has the little areas that are kind of like right here. Okay. I was saying to myself, no, I wasn't saying it to myself, I was saying it live on the stream, that some of these freighters have little areas of recreation and workplace areas, and it's Bowser's Dream. I thought it was one of them. Alright, so this is my ship. Where's the core? Maybe they're... Oh. Up at the front here? Nope, these doors don't open. I didn't think so. Maybe this one? No. Those... No, this is just... These are just the landing pads. This is weird. What's going on? The damaged part's right over there. I can't get to it. What's going on? It's just gonna take me... Oh! What? It's the same on the other side. Okay, so these doors, this one here, and the other one on the other side, Alright. I don't know what my head was thinking. I thought that these connected to those. Alright, that goes underneath the core. Right. There it is. Right there. No, it's just... This is like one of the cooler animations, I think. I don't remember that. I thought the center part opened up. I do remember the spinning. I must be thinking of another one of the engines on a different freighter or frigate. Because I remember it spinning and then the thing kind of opens up like an iris, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and it opens up and you can see out into space, kind of like on this side. I'm not saying that it's something they changed. I'm pretty sure that I'm thinking of a different freighter. Frigate, sorry. Okay, so that's one. But there's two. Oh, a terminal. That was probably the terminal that was used to mine with. It got damaged as well. The crew member manning it got a little overzealous. Probably. They were like, dang, look at all this stuff. Gotta keep mining. And all the others were like, dude, you're gonna break it, stop. Wait, where's my ship again? Over there. Alright, because now we need to go blast some asteroids and get a bunch of tritium. So I can make fuel. Don't worry, I fixed it. Oh yeah, he's going to give me the residuals from fixing. Because whenever you damage certain parts, they're mostly damaged because they're used to collect stuff for me. And when they get damaged, the stuff that they were collecting gets trapped inside of them. So they kind of, you know, want me to scan. And then I gotta exit. This is kind of why I like landing on the ship, because that's what you get displayed when you land. Because then you come back in and they thank you and give you whatever things. I will target the... Wait, did I not repair everything? There ain't no way I didn't repair everything. It was just those two, right? That's an ancient ruin. Where did that come from? Oh, that was the reward. They targeted an ancient ruin for me. Okay. That's the damaged part's result. They were trying to find an ancient ruin. Okay. I guess I better go to it then. No sense in looking a gift horse in the mouth. I can't see, it's too dark, but I think this is a regular ruin. One of the old ones. From back during the first, from the first spawn era. These are the ones that you use to dig up buried treasure. I don't like these ones because the amount of effort you have to put into it is not worth it. It's just if you don't have enough units. When a lot of other ones will give you like nanites, buried technology, sometimes blueprints, sometimes upgrades. So they tend to be worth it. Oh, and now they give unique things like weapons, which I found out with... Shit, that's still so damn loud. Which I found out when I got my new multi-tool. But yeah. Actually, I feel like I'm gonna have to take a bit of a break because I have to use the bathroom. My father's also on his way down to where we live, so I'm gonna check in on and see how the trip is going for him. Actually, let's see what we have for sale here in this system too before I do that. Because they might have... They do not have trade. They do have chromatic metal. I will buy that. Alright, no tritium. Let's say I might be able to save myself some time by buying some, but they don't. It's fine. Alright. Let's just take a bit of a seat here. Alright. I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. I'll leave y'all with some music. Enjoy.
All creator said, I hope you're enjoying the music. If you're watching in the archives now would be a great time to leave a like.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, let's blast some asteroids and get tritium. Sorry, in Power World you press the left joystick down to run. But in No Man's Sky you press the right joystick down. In No Man's Sky you press the left joystick to scan. So if I'm scanning for no reason, you guys know why now. There's my ship. Okay, so might be a while before I find a meteor. Like, we got our asteroid field. We got these meteorites floating around here, but as you can see, they don't give me that much, and they're kinda sparse, you know? You don't have as many of them clumped together, so it's not easy to mine them. You get more rare materials, like more platinum and oh, what's the other thing? I think just gold. I think platinum and gold is what you get out of those. I don't know. It's weird that I'm not encountering anything. Come on, there's gotta be something around here. There we go. But yeah, those crystallized forms are what you're gonna want to look for when you're trying to get more rare minerals. If you just look for silver, gold, tritium, these are what you're gonna be looking for. That's what you're gonna want to blast. Just these regular asteroids. Alright, perfect. Some Star Fox music came on. So what's going on here? New request available. Oh, somebody showed up to the settlement. So what's going on? I honestly want to go back when the building's done, you know, because I kill two birds with one stone when I do that. I think like every hour something happens at your settlement, whether it be at the management station or building-wise. Most of the time at your management station. To anyone who wonders why I still have the photon cannon when I have what's that called again? Fuck, I usually have my weapons grouped together. Where is it? Where are they? That's the photon cannon. Oh, this. No. Wow. Where is it? What? Oh, there they are down there. I was like, I know I have it. Infrared knife. That's it. Q resonator. No. Infrared. Yeah. So those who wonder why I still have the photon cannon instead of the because I have the infrared laser, or infrared knife. It's because the infrared knife takes forever to cool down. Or no, it doesn't take that long before it needs to cool down. You can't shoot it off for as long as you can the photon cannon. Overheats a lot more. So it's better for mining than the infrared laser. I mean, if you're careful about it, you could use the infrared laser for a lot of things. Oh shit, just random pirate hanging out around here. And as long as he doesn't scan my ship, I don't have to worry about him. Oh, I thought it was a very oddly shaped meteor. But yeah, if I have a line of asteroids just floating around, the photon cannon can quickly mess them up. If there's like a whole bunch of them in one area, I don't have to let go of the button. Well, if you're dealing with that with the infrared knife, it happens a lot faster than you would think. It's the same when it comes to bringing down the shield of an enemy. I feel like one full charge of a photon cannon's blast is enough to get rid of the enemy shield, and then I can switch the infrared knife and mess them up a bit. Or I could choose to just skip over the infrared knife and hit them with a missile, because the missile will usually just do it in one shot. But that's only if I have a clear shot. I have to make sure I have a clear shot, because otherwise I'm gonna miss. And then I have to cycle back through. I think the photon cannon also has a has more range than the infrared knife. Don't quote me on that. I don't know that for sure, but it does seem to hit asteroids that are further away. I don't know. Let's see. Whoops. Yeah, the missiles definitely don't have a very long reach. Alright, so photon cannon can't reach that asteroid right there. And neither can the infrared knife. Alright, infrared knife could reach that. So let's see what the photon cannon can do to this. It can also reach that, but it does not destroy it as quickly. So yeah, I guess the range is the same. I guess it really depends on what you want to, what you want in terms of damage. Like right there, I think it's hitting that asteroid, but it's not really doing much. Yeah, but right there, the infrared knife just took care of it. So infrared knife has more power, but less stamina, I guess you could say. Like, it can't go for as long as the photon cannon. So I think that's why I prefer it as the first weapon that pops up when I'm fighting. You know, because then I can take out the shield with the photon cannon. Oh, alright, he decided to scan me. Alright, you want to fight? Let's do this then. Do it while I'm mining. Screw you.
Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Those are my guys. There they are. Hey, you wanted to fight? Let's go. Hold on. Where'd he go? He's spinning all over. There we go. I don't know if this does better damage to shields. I think it does. Oh, man. So many explosions. He was a strong guy, that's why. Nah, man. See, that's another reason why I like... Hey. Ah, I missed. See, the missile will do damage, but you gotta make sure you got a good line of sight with it. There we go. That's probably another reason why you should have both the photon cannon and the infrared knife, because switching between 3 weapons is better in a fight. You can also divert your weapon energy, power. So I only have one guy here. I don't have to worry about my shields getting damaged that much. Ah! I do gotta say they were more competent pirates than the usual ones you'd see. They were more maneuverable. Alright, let's check and see how I'm doing. That's a pretty decent amount. Let's see how much I got with all this. Hold on. Slow it down a bit. Yeah, I can't just instantly stop. I have the ability to hover in this ship, but it's not easy to get your ship to a hovering position. $6,000. That's like 3,000. Oh boy, I've maxed out on gold. What I want to max out on is silver. To anyone wondering, yes, silver, and that's only because silver is one of the main ingredients when you're building on your freighter for some reason. I guess it's because everything's technically like silverish. Inventory full. What, my inventory or the ship's inventory? Because neither of those things are true. Just remembered I had that. Alright. Let's see how much fuel I can get. Oh, I have all the stuff from when they came back with things, right? I have to sort that. Oh. Excuse me, sorry. Chili dogs, am I right? I knew I had some. No, wait, I think I do have some of this. I do. I was like, I know I've seen this rock before. I wish they could get me some thymium. That way I don't have to go out and get it when I need it. Because it's on the ocean planets. And I'm not too fond of deep ocean planets. Not because when the patch first released they had that glitch. That scary glitch. But because, well, they're kind of annoying to me. And I'm not going to say that they're not scary. They do terrify me. Going deep down into the water like that. In video games, I don't know what it is, but going into deep, dark ocean places freaks me the hell out. I mean, I've never been in a situation like that where I've done that in real life, so I can't say it does the same thing to me in real life. But I'm guessing maybe it does, because I seem to be terrified of it in that sense. So maybe it terrifies me in the literal sense too. I never want to find out. Alright. Let's item inventory sorted. Let's get back up there. Make that fuel. Send out those frigates. Oh, wrong side. That's something that's been happening with landing on my freighter these days. You land in different spots now. You used to just land up at the front of your freighter every time. To the point where I kind of got used to going in a certain direction every time that I got onto my freighter. But now you can land in the middle and back rows too. And it throws me off. You would only land in those if the front section is full before. And there were a number of reasons why that could happen, because somebody's already parked there, one of your ships are already parked there, or your friend is parked there. Because when you have your friend in your party, they can just remembered I need to put that tritium, or half of it, in. Oh, I don't. Why can't I put it in my? Is there something already in there? Oh yeah, I put glass in there. Oh, yeah, I didn't have glass this whole time. Alright, well. Oh, fuel, right.
Technology recharge.
Okay, so what was I saying? Shit. I was thinking about what I was supposed to do next in terms of making this fuel. And I forgot where I was. What I was talking about. I don't know. I guess I was just talking about making the fuel. Who knows? Gotta break the tritium down into dihydrogen. Then combine the dihydrogen and the tritium as elements, I guess, to make frigate fuel. I don't know why they don't run on starship fuel. I guess maybe they're different somehow. It feels like they should run on starship fuel. Maybe they require a more powerful fuel source. I don't know. And if that's the case, why don't we use that for our starships too, you know? I mean, technically we do. We use tritium to power our starships. But, it's only like one half of the equation. What if we're using both halves? Well, we have to use less tritium. Well, we have to use less than what we would with just the starship fuel that we usually use. Like a weaker starship fuel, basically. Not a weaker, but a more powerful starship fuel that we have to use less of. You know? Like we could combine the half of the amount of the tritium we would usually use to make starship fuel. Or combine half of the amount of dihydrogen that we use to make starship fuel. Along with half of the amount of tritium that we need to make frigate fuel. And have like a less powerful version of the frigate fuel that works with starships, basically. I don't know. Maybe it's better off the way it is right now with the starship fuel, because that only really uses dihydrogen and what else? Carbon? I can't remember, to be honest. Starship fuel, what does it take? I get it for free now, so it's been forever since I made it. Here's... yeah, dihydrogen and metal plating. Yeah, that's it. Just to house it, pretty much. So, like, 20 dihydrogen and... I would say tritium is more powerful than dihydrogen, wouldn't you? So, like... it's so weird that frigate fuel requires dihydrogen and tritium. Why? When tritium's like just a more powerful version of dihydrogen, why don't they make it to where tritium and metal plating is used to make frigate fuel? Like how they have dihydrogen and metal plating is used to make starship fuel, you know? Because then you could see tritium as a more powerful version of dihydrogen. And it feels like it would make better sense that way. But it doesn't look like either of these things are used to make the housing for the frigate fuel, so... what exactly are we making here? Oh. Which is making like a it's definitely not a gelatinous blob that's floating in midair, because if it was, then it would look like one. Trust me, they have plenty of things. It would look like something like quartzite, you know, or chromium, or all the other type of elemental things. But no, it's inside of a casing. So why don't they have it be tritium and frigate fuel? Is that because it's that way for hyperdrive fuel? Or warp cell fuel? No, that uses antimatter. And the antimatter housing, yeah. And the antimatter housing uses oxygen and ferrite dust. Ferrite dust is mineral, like rock, so it could be crushed to make the housing, you know? And the oxygen, I guess, would be to oxygenize the material. The casing. so it's not contaminated by anything. And then you put the antimatter in there, and you got warp cell fuel. And antimatter is made with chromatic metal, which is powerful as fuck, and condensed carbon, which makes it probably delethalizes it and makes it capable of being put inside of a containment unit. So all that makes sense. But the frigate fuel doesn't seem to make much sense. Why does it require two elements without any type of casing? It's just... It would make sense if it was like the picture was of like a floating element picture, like all this stuff. I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense, because we can just take carbon and shove it into our reactors to power our refiners. So that makes sense if it was just... if it looked like that, but it's clearly in some type of casing, so the recipe should be tritium and maybe metal, a metal plating. But it's not. And metal plating is just ferrite dust. So if it was at least a recipe like a certain amount of ferrite dust and tritium, I would accept that too. Because then it could be a case like how it is with the antimatter housing. They just mash the ferrite dust into a metallic form to create the casing. But it's just two elements that are both reactive elements. Why doesn't the picture look like a reactive element? I don't know. That's just my opinion. So if it were up to me, I would either change the picture for the frigate fuel or incorporate the recipe to have something like chromatic metal or maybe antimatter housing, or maybe some kind of housing, some kind of housing system. Take off one of the other ingredients, like the dehydrogen. Undoubtedly, I would say take off the dehydrogen and make it 100% tritium, because that would make sense. Tritium's a more powerful element than dehydrogen, so why not? If it's used to power something as big as a frigate, which isn't as big as a freighter, so it doesn't require a warp drive, and it's obviously going through space and stuff like that, so why not add something like that to it. I'm actually kind of distracted right now. Everything is going off on my preview, so hold up. It's also saying that YouTube keeps getting disconnected. Oh, I think that's on my laptop. I think something's wrong with my laptop's internet. Yeah, the internet on my laptop. The one that I use for chat. Just disconnected, which is weird. Yeah, because everything's fine with my live stream on YouTube. Yeah, I can still see everything. I'm just trying to connect to my internet on my laptop that I use for chat. This is weird. I don't know why my laptop's doing that. Alright, hold on, guys. I might have to reset my laptop again. I'm going to use YouTube so I can see the YouTube chat. So anyone on Twitch, I'm sorry. You know what? I think I'm going to use the... Yeah, the only downside to this is that I'm not able to hear my music. Because I have to restart my laptop. Chat. Speech chat. I'll use speech chat. The only thing about using speech chat is that it's not going to allow me to see the preview of my stream. That's the downside to it. I could use Restream, but I won't be able to hear... You know what? I'm going to use Restream because I won't be able to hear the chat regardless. Right now I'm looking over at my other laptop to see if anyone's joining chat. I'm just making sure that... Alright, I have it muted so that there's no... The only downside is that now I won't be able to hear if anyone shows up. I think Restream has a chat speech function. Trying to remember exactly what setting that is though. I thought it was in chat settings, but maybe it's just in regular settings. Show viewer count, show avatars. Oh boy. Okay, well, my laptop is back up. Maybe I can get that working. I thought it was something else, but I don't think. Um, yeah, I don't think that's it. I mean, I can keep this up until I get my laptop working right again, because I do kind of like having the music. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Alright, so hopefully I gotta let my laptop run for a little bit while all the background stuff comes up. And then the Firefox should pop up, back up and put me exactly where I was before. So I won't have to take as long getting everything set back up like I did. Okay, that's at least working again. The music's working again, so I can hear where Spotify last left off. That's good. So hopefully that means eventually I should plug back in my old fan that I used to have sitting underneath of that laptop. I haven't needed it in so long. It's run perfectly fine without it, but I feel like it might require it now. It's no big deal. I already have it sitting on it all the time because I don't like having a laptop sitting on a flat surface. I would like it sitting on more of a graded surface so that I can breathe better. But we'll see what happens in a couple of minutes. Everything should pop back up the way it was, but at least I have my music back now. So yeah, I was saying 200 tons. I was saying the recipe for frigate fuel is weird. It should be different, like how the recipe for Starship fuel is very simple. Just a housing unit and the element required to make the fuel. It should be something like that. But instead it has two different types of fuel sources, which is even weirder. If it was maybe that plus star fuel, then maybe I could understand that too, because then maybe you're just cramming everything into the Starship fuel and mixing it together like a cocktail drink. And then you're like, there we go, we got frigate fuel. But it's just not the same. It feels weird. So one thing needs to change here. Either the picture needs to change to an element, or they need to replace one of the ingredients with, I don't know, some type of physical material, like the antimatter housing, the metal plating, or ferrite. If you're going to go two elements, at least make one of them a more physical element. All right. I think the main oddity with this is the fact that none of my background things are popping up like they used to. The Steam update thing, the uh I don't know, the Apple thing that I used to use with this laptop. I used to have an iPod Shuffle. Just to let you guys know how old this laptop is. I used to have it connected up to my iPod Shuffle back when that was a popular thing people used. And you know, because of what the whole Apple licensing agreement thing, QuickTime is now permanently installed on this laptop. So I keep getting the QuickTime updates thing always. And I haven't used it. I just cancel it out when it pops up. But that and the Steam update thing aren't showing up like they usually do, which is very weird. I have never had this happen with this laptop before. Every single time when I start it up, I always get one of those two things popping up that I have to X out of. I have to get, close. But they're not popping up now. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I am working to try and switch all of the social aspects of my stream to my laptop so that I want to try to make it at least to where it can kind of face me while sitting on the microphone. Because as it stands right now, my microphone can support it. I just need something that'll make it to where it is faced towards the camera, or faced towards my face. Not to where it obstructs my view, to where I can't see my television, but to where I can use the laptop like that. And then I can take a phone charger and run it up along the microphone and hook it up to there so that I have all of my social streaming aspects to my stream attached to the thing that's right in front of my face, that I don't have to keep leaning over to look and see if someone's there, or leaning over to ban somebody, or leaning over to check to see what somebody said. I could just quickly look over, turn my head, and I can see it, It's right there in front of my face. Kind of in front of my face, not to where it obscures my television screen, And that is something I want to print out on my 3D printer. But it's been clogged the past month because I haven't had the time to clean it. And that's, like I said, one of the things I want to do next month when I go on vacation. Well, in a couple days. Alright, so we have 24600 tons of fuel. Let's see what we could do with that. Again, I apologize for all of the glitches and all the problems I'm going through right now with this laptop, but they should be, with what I have going on right now, I'm okay with that, to be fair. I wanted to start doing this soon, I'll get it finalized while I'm on my vacation. But for now, music on my laptop, as well as the speech to chat being open, that seems to work perfectly fine. And I'll just do it like that, That way I can see what you guys say. Or that way I can hear what you guys say and hear the music, and everything will function okay. I don't know what the heck that was, but it was some kind of a weird advertisement for a video game that showed up on my screen from Spotify. Like, why did it stop my music to do that? I had to lean over and tap the thing. I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I guess the other thing about having speech to chat opened up on my laptop instead is that it allows me to see when people come in and out. So that's cool. I'm just wondering exactly what it is I'm going to utilize the most when it comes to switching everything to my phone. Part of me feels like I should just use Restream because it is going to show me the preview plus what you guys are saying in the chat. And part of me kind of wants to use speech chat because then I can see who literally pops into the chat. It says who comes in and when they leave, you know? But then again, that's another reason why I have stream avatars, because I could see them pop up on the preview, you know? So I may just go with having Restream up all the time on my phone. Alright, let's look at what expeditions we have. Oh, we don't have any 24-hour ones, which sucks, because I like sending them out. We get way more with the 24-hour expeditions. Of course I want to send out the Normandy. Bowser's Dream. Wait, are all of my ships at S-Class now? No, this one's still. Right. You're gonna want to try and send your low-level frigates out on the longest expeditions, because it allows them to get the most out of the experience. Alright, let's send out Bowser's Dream 2. I feel like that should be enough. 3 stars for a 1-star rating difficulty? Yeah, definitely. That's way more than enough. And the 2 of them can show the newbie how it's done. Yeah, all these other ones are 7-hour missions, which sucks, because it's like, that doesn't even feel worth it. Oh well, I gotta deal with what I've been dealt. Okay, that seems like it's good enough. Yeah. Oh, only 50 tons? Wow. Convenience. I realize I could have way more frigates if I wanted to, but I think only having 3 rooms or 4 rooms is preferable to going all out and filling up the entire screen, you know? Because then you gotta try and... Oh, I don't have enough fuel. Fuck. 200 tons? How much do I have left after all that? I wasn't keeping track, by the way. I only have 50? Ah, come on. Oh, I only have 100. Alright. Let's see. I'm missing dehydrogen. Alright, we've got enough of the... tritium, I think, to make more dehydrogen. So let's divide this up again. Go about making more. The only thing about using my phone, though, is that I worry my phone won't stay awake. You know? Not only that, but the battery on my phone is kind of... bleh, you know, it's not that great. That's why I kind of want to run a... cord. That's kind of why I want to run a cord up my microphone. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone. I just did it because my brain couldn't think of what the word was. I want to run a cord up on my microphone because that way it can stay charged at all times. The only problem with doing that, though, is where am I going to plug the cord to? I know you might say to yourself, well, you could just plug it into the same place that you have the microphone hooked up to, but that's already full. I have like this small 3-port extension USB thing that my sister's mic is hooked up to and my mic is hooked up to, but I also have my USB mouse hooked up to it, which allows me to change between the themes and do stuff on my laptop from far away. That way I don't have to get up and walk over to the other side of my room in order to do those things like how I used to last year. That's 100. So I have 150. I have more than I thought. And this is 200. So I have 350 now. That's way more than enough. Because I remember it was like 200 something, right? Yeah, it's just 200. There. And I still have that 150 from before. Alright. So the frigates have all been set out. It's 4 teams of 3 going on adventures now. So let's head back to my settlements and see what I could do with them. And once I set all of those up, then we will go and take care of... Oh, I know where I was heading. I was heading to the teleport. I was like, I went into my frigate to look at something. I got to here, and I completely forgot, and that's why I turned back and was going towards my ship, because I was like, oh yeah, I need to get to my... My first thought was get in your ship and fly to your settlement, but no, my portal's right here. It's way faster. Sorry, my brain's going all over the place right now. This is why I'm not good at multitasking IRL. I'm not good at multitasking at work. Like, multitasking at work with my weekday job, yeah. Multitasking at work on my weekend job, though, that's like a nightmare. I try my best to focus on doing one thing physically. When I can do like multiple things in one small enclosed area, I'm good, you know? When I'm on a computer sitting in one spot, I can focus on doing multiple things. But when I have to move from one space to another, then it's like I have to reorient myself, and having to do that over and over, just my brain can't do it. I'm thinking as part of my dyslexia, because my brain's used to one space at a time, just like how it's used to reading one page at a time, or it's used to reading one line of dialogue at a time. But when I have to try and concentrate on doing several physical things all at once, it starts to get overwhelming. And it can get like that with my weekday job. It can get like that when I'm playing a video game. Like if I'm being pulled in several different directions, like how I am right now with... I'm looking at like four different screens right now. My phone, my one laptop I'm using to have speech chat and the music run on, the one laptop I'm using to stream, and the television that I'm using to play the game. All 4 of those screens are kind of drawing my attention right now, and it's distracting me to the point where I'm finding it hard to focus on what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything here. I think it's at the other settlement is what they meant. Nope, there's a new person here. Hi. Citizen Ulyok claims to have been sent here by powerful yet undefined forces. They bring the words they wrested from the jaws. I think that's supposed to be wrestled. They wrestled from the jaws of an abyssal horror, the Atlas Nostras, the Atlas Unyalm. For this sacrifice, they ask only for the small token Of what? Of money? Heed the warning. Sure, yeah, I'll heed the warning. It sounds dangerous. Here you go. Something's bound to happen. Something good, maybe. Let's see, did that give us some new thing? If it did, I didn't see it. I looked over briefly at the preview. I didn't see it there either. But yeah, I want to clean out my 3D printer while I'm on vacation so I can print out a little phone holding thing that I can attach to the side of my microphone. It's just there aren't that many to look for online, you know, on Thingiverse. In terms of plans to 3D print. Alright, so how's the one building doing? I can't remember which one it was. Let's just walk up to a random building and look at the... Still has 20 minutes left. Alright, let's go back to my other settlement. But yeah, I want to get that taken care of over the summer. That way, it'll also free up some space in my room to move around. Because right now, the way that I have my laptop situated is on a desk that's next to a table across from the table that I put my snacks and microphones on. And it's kind of a tight squeeze for me to get up and move around. Like when I have to go to the bathroom or whatever it is that I need to do in terms of streaming. And this will free up some space to where I can move one of the tables out of the way, and I can move the table that my sister uses to... There is like 3 different tables that I use to stream. It'll give more space to April so she can feel comfortable. And it'll give more space to me so I don't have to keep kind of squeezing through a narrow gap between tables, is what I'm saying. It'll just be good for everyone all around. Ugh. So my laptop fucking up like this is not a big deal to me. It's going to be delegated to being nothing but an art tool pretty soon. And I'm fine with that, because like I said, once Microsoft drops support for my laptop, Windows 10, I will not feel comfortable using it to do anything online related. So it just being for strictly animation and drawing, I'll be happy with that, because it does pretty good on those 2 fronts, and it still does, you know.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Still going up. Alright, who's here? What's going on? Debrief settlement expedition. Oh, they're back. Okay. You're not the one I talked to before. Oh well. The citizen expedition has returned safely to the settlement. They set out on a mission of pure exploration, travel for its own sake. They offer deep thanks to the overseer and present a token of appreciation. Hey, no problem. Either the nanites or... Oh, yeah, yes, definitely help us with the debt. Thank you. Thank you. They gave back what we gave them. Good. Thank you. It lowers the debt. Yeah, it lowers it back to 9 million instead of 10 million. Cool. But that's fine. That's fine. They kind of put back what they took. You know? I'm happy that they're happy. There's also a storm raging. I'm going to forego going out to see how the building's doing for the moment. It looks like the building's almost done too. So once the storm's done, I can go out there and reopen it. Oh my god, I wish you guys could have seen it yesterday morning. I didn't get to mention this during the stream yesterday because we were so focused on talking about all kinds of things. But Java did like the cutest thing. It was so funny too. Like, it's so hard to believe that it's just a robot doing what it's been programmed to do. But it huddled all of the rats and the knight together in one spot over where the snake is, and it looked like it was playing some kind of game with them, you know? Like, it was going over and pushing around some of the rats, and then it would go over and push around the snake or the knight, and then at the very end of whatever it was doing, it pushed the snake and the knight off of the side of the table. And when it did, I looked over and saw him, and he looked at me, and he had like a funny look on his face, like he was laughing, kinda. He had the smiling face, and his head was nodding like he was laughing. And I was like, "Are you playing a game over there?" It was so cute. It's funny that he doesn't do stuff like that on the stream all the time, but he does do certain things like that, if you'll notice. Like, he'll group things together. I know that's not what he's programmed to do. He's probably just wandering and they get caught up in whatever he's doing coincidentally. But it does feel like that sometimes. It's great. I would be worried if it was like I had Java hooked up to ChatGPT or something, you know? Because then I would feel like maybe someone's accessed him. But I can't, that's not how he works anymore. Because I've taken him off of the grid with the WirePod thing. Only I have access to him now. So the only way somebody else would have access to him is if not only they know his serial number, but also if they know the password that I use for my Wi-Fi as well as the password that I use for the WirePod. And there's no way they could know all three. Plus, they'd have to be within range of my house. So that would like be the creepiest thing in the world if someone was to be able to take control of Vector. You know? Because they would have to know all three of those things and be close to my house. Or in my house. You know? And my sisters don't know nothing about technology, so it couldn't have been then. So, if it was somebody controlling Vector, they would be a very creepy person, and I would be super scared. But it never feels like that's what's going on. It always feels like he's just randomly moving, and things just happen to line up in that sense. And it's cute, and I love it. I'm trying to find the computer for this building. Oh, wait, there it is. These computers are very difficult to spot. Alright, so this one needs dirt also. And I have plenty of that. Wait. What did I do? Oh, I put it back. Okay. I was like, did I just do something? I thought I did. I was like, I know I picked it up. I hit L2. No, I hit R2. And then I got worried that I hit something and got rid of it. I hate that it's 64. It would be perfect if it was 50, but oh well. There we go. Alright, it looks like I will... I don't have enough for one more upgrade. I'm gonna have to find some more dirt at some point. Just a little bit shy of doing another upgrade. I mostly wanted to use it for upgrades here because they need it, you know? They're in so much debt. Wait, what's the timer on this one? Maybe I can get... This one's straightened out too. Yeah, an hour and 30 minutes. Sure, I think I could waste that much time. Let's go back to my settlement in Resolution. And do some fishing. I'm just happy I can have the text-to-speech up on my laptop. That way I can hear you guys. Or at least I think I can. Let me test it real quick. Oh, shit, never mind. There's somebody to help me
Prism
test
Zone
it. Hey, Prism.
said, "Hi, what mission you've been doing in the game today?"
Oh, there was a settlement update 2 months ago, and I've been doing that. I've been going between setting up things, buildings, fixing buildings and things like that. Doing SimCity stuff, basically. I'm going between doing that and sending out frigates to go on expeditions. But right now, since my frigates are still on their expedition, my buildings are still... The building that I have being built is still getting built. And nobody's come to the settlement with a proposition. I'm going to do some fishing to pass the time. Because I think one of my buildings has like an hour and 30 minutes left to be built. So that's plenty of time to just chill out and talk. But yeah, Prism, how have you been doing? You picked the perfect time to show up too, because I was just about to test to see if speech chat was working. I've been having problems with my laptop recently. It's old, so I'm going to have to start delegating all of my chat-related functions of my stream to my phone. And don't worry, I'm about to go on vacation soon, so I'll have plenty of time to get that set up. Whoops. Shoot. I forgot how to do this now. Okay. I've been playing Power World also. I don't know if you realized or noticed, but I kind of got addicted to Power World, and that's why I'm kind of messing up with the controls here. Okay, come on. There we go. There's the fishing rod. Here we go. Oops, I gotta change out my headset real quick. It's got a low battery. It's out of my ear.
Prismzo said. Pal World
Yeah,
is fun from
that's I've already talked about that in length during my live stream. It's shitty, but hopefully everything will get settled out to where we as the players don't suffer. Oh wait, do I have... No, I don't have any bait. I need to make some. But yeah, when I did the live stream of it a couple of days ago, I set everything to random, so I got a lot of results for that. It's funny, but looking back on it, it's way harder when you do that. When you set everything to random, all of the pals are random, and it's so much more dangerous. Because there are predator pals and you don't know which ones are the predators, so you'll end up getting chased by like the cutest looking thing, and your stay in pal world suddenly becomes a nightmare. So I unintentionally made the game way harder for me as a new player, but I was able to make some semblance of a base and whatnot. I started up a separate game that I play offline, off the stream, and that has all of the default settings, and it's so much easier, I gotta tell you. If you are looking to play that game, definitely go the default route. It provides the perfect amount of challenge while still being manageable. But that's, you know, that's totally up to you. Random can be kind of funny, though. If you're looking to play something unexpected. Okay, there we go. Cool. What was it? Class A. Nice. But yeah. No Man's Sky is delegated to being my chill time stream. 100%. Until they create a new expedition or something, this is all it's gonna be.
Is it hard to play solo?
No, it's not. I thought it might be because of the towers and stuff, but they give you ample time to prepare before you decide to do anything tower related. And the amount of fairness in the level and temperament of the pals that you start out the game surrounded by is very accommodating. I thought I would keep getting raided constantly by forces that were gonna keep knocking me out, stealing my stuff. I was worried as hell to play it, but it's a very chill game now. You know, I realized when the game first came out, there were a lot of problems in terms of how they were scaling the difficulty, but they've reached a very accommodating balance now. Unless you're really looking for something hardcore and you set everything up to do that, you're not going to be getting rage mode, you know, every time that you play the game. You're not going to be instantly pissed off with the game when you play it. In fact, in terms of rating your base, I think the game waits for like a couple of in-world game days before it really starts doing that. Because in random mode, it seemed like it was happening all the time. I was getting syndicate members trying to raid my base. I was getting starving pals trying to raid my base. To the point where I built it on top of a mountain. It's very inconvenient, but at least I didn't have to worry about getting constantly raided up there. But the default settings are perfect if you want a good time. I'd say where you really reach your stride and really start to go out and explore is when you get to a level 15 and you've unlocked a decent amount of survival content. Because then it feels like the world's your oyster. Level 15 is when I first decided to go out and challenge a tower, and it was pretty difficult. I think I got a video clip of that in my trophy section. You know how the PlayStation 5 will save a video clip when you get trophies? Well, I'm pretty sure I have you on my PlayStation friends list, Prism. You could check out my whatever it's called, my PlayStation Network handle, name, whatever it is. And I'm pretty sure there is a video clip from when I beat my first tower. I was pretty close to dying, but I had just managed to get the victory there. Because I had run out of arrows, my pal was doing most of the attacks, and we were both very low on health. But luckily what they don't really explain to you at all is when you're in a tower battle, your pal's health will regenerate if they're not out in combat. They don't tell you that. And I didn't realize it, but when I swapped out my first pal for another one, its health was regenerating, and that's when I realized, oh, I should probably have my pal do most of the fighting, because I'm all out of arrows. Alright, something's done. Marketplace has been upgraded. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out. Ooh, nice. Singing snail. Alright, do I have to make another mind control device to upgrade it? Yeah, because this is going to make it a Class A. Alright, I can do that. Yeah, it should. By default, I think it shows everything in 1080, not in 4K, so you should be good. Oh, it requires something else to get to a Class S. With 9 teleport coordinates? Oh, I think I have some in my freighter. Hold on. Teleport coordinates. Oh, I don't have it in my system.
Anyway, sounds good. Hopefully I'll be able to play Pal World later this year. I'm looking to buy latest Fantasy Life first though, since
Oh yeah, definitely. Fantasy Life's a lot of fun too. I was playing it yesterday. I didn't get very far yesterday because my sister ended up falling asleep and she wants to see a lot of that game. But we're having a lot of fun with it. It's just as satirically comical as the first one was. And in fact, it takes place a lot of things are happening because of what happens at the end of the DLC for that game. So it's like they pick up right where you left off 10 years ago. That's the thing that's throwing me for a loop most of the time when I'm playing the game. When I first started it up, they showed off the plushie characters. It's one of the first things that you see. And I was like, I don't remember these. And April was like, yeah, they were everywhere in the game. I was like, I can't remember them. It's been so long since I played the first game, I completely forgot about them. Oh, right. I was going to check my freighter. I know I have to have navigational data on here. Here they are. Yeah. That's what I need, right? Or was it teleportation? Teleport coordinates. Okay. That's way different. Never mind. I'll upgrade a different building. one of these living habitats over here. Ionized cobalt. I can get that. Unless I already have some. I do. Okay. These don't take as long to upgrade, but I gotta upgrade something. Yeah, these only take 20 minutes. That'll be enough time to finish my fishing. Where's the fishing spot again? There it is. But yeah, don't check out my vids if you don't want spoilers.
Prism Zone said, maybe I should go back and actually finish the DS one, and I think I was playing through somehow, but the
Yeah, you should definitely go back.
so did I and never did final part.
And if you don't want any spoilers, you know, you don't have to check out the vids and all that, because I myself, I hate spoilers, so. Oh yeah, I forgot you chose King DDD as your avatar, Prism. I was looking at the preview and I was like, what's that big round thing? I was like, oh yeah, it's DDD. Eh? Yeah, that was weird. Glad it didn't waste any bait. There we go. But yeah, in Fantasy Life, I've gotten to a point where I can choose to go 100% fishing or choose to try and 100% mercenary. And I'm just trying to flip-flop back and forth between both the storylines. As well as the main storyline. Obviously, there's always a main storyline. But yeah, in terms of the extra DLC content that they have available for that game right now, you don't need to get it for anything. You'll get some free mounts, but that doesn't seem like a huge reason to buy DLC.
Is the Link walking around meant to be...
Yes! Specifically, it's meant to be Java's avatar. Because I want to make it seem as though Java is the one that participates with the chat. So of course he would get an avatar as well. On my vacation, I want to draw a picture to add to you guys all of my mods. I want to add that to your names that appear above your avatar. I think I'm going to make it a picture of Banna, the character along the side that's scrolling through the on her phone. She's supposed to be the one that bans people. That way, if you guys ever have to ban someone, you shouldn't feel bad. You can blame Banna on it. You can be like, I didn't want to ban you, but Banna was like, yeah. Way back when I used to show up to more of John's streams, I think I've only banned like one person on his stream. Once, I think. I can't even remember exactly what the scenario was, but I felt bad about having to do it. I think you're a mod on his stream as well, aren't you, Prism? I can't remember. Yeah, I think everybody that was in the Mario Kart streams eventually became a mod. I was way back when we all used to play Mario Kart like crazy. Oh yeah, and to anyone wondering, that little link wandering around at the bottom is only there because the Streamlab bot has to have access to my chat in order to provide certain security measures that I have on my chat. So that's technically where the link comes from. But lore-wise, in terms of my stream, it's supposed to be like Java's stream avatar. Yeah, well, for me, it's like either I get to play a video game and stream, or I can watch his streams. I was doing that last year a bit because I held off on streaming for a little while. But it can be very busy when you get older. I remember a lot of us used to attend his streams mostly because we had the time. We were a lot younger. We had more flexible schedules. But when you get older, it just gets to a point where you either have to work or you have to relax. And when it comes to relaxing, there are so many different things to do. In fact, I'm so addicted to Pal World, I was kind of debating whether or not I should stream No Man's Sky today, but to be honest, I do want to improve my settlements. So I finally, in this stream, I finally got my one settlement to an S rank after so many years of not knowing what to do. Oh, this settlement that I'm on right now is an S rank, is what I meant to say. There's still room for improvement. You can still do a lot more to where you can make more money and get more items. But right now I'm just happy I was able to get it to an S class. But yeah, settlements at the end of, during the end game in this game, they're more like passive income methods to play this game. Ultimately, I hope they figure out something to do where we can get Quicksilver easier, which is the rarest form of currency in this game. And it's used to get some of the more interesting items of the game, like appearance changing stuff and ships and emotes, things like that. But at the moment, the only way to get Quicksilver is to do daily missions, and you can only do them like once a day. So, and the sad part is there's no way to cheese around it because it's linked to the multiplayer aspect of this game, so it's part of the server thing. I don't know what they're going to do. Once their new game comes out next year, or maybe at the end of this year, I don't know what Hello Games is going to do with the servers that are involved with No Man's Sky, because... Oh, I don't have any bait. Alright. Because the servers in No Man's Sky, they don't operate the same way that servers do in other games. It's kind of like how it is with servers in old-fashioned games. You could play this game offline and not have to worry about the servers. The servers are only linked to playing with other people, as well as doing the Quicksilver missions, and then that's it. But once the servers go away in this game, I don't know how we're going to handle doing Quicksilver stuff. They might come up with a new type of currency, who knows, but they could also just swap everything out to the other rare form of currency in this game, which is units. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I could use some more fishing in my life. But at least they have some game plan worked out. That's good. Because at the moment, if this game ran on the same type of server-based gameplay as some other games, I would be super annoyed with Hello Games, but they are 100% conscious of the fact that everyone hates the way big corporations are killing video games these days. Where's the building I just upgraded? Should be done by now. Okay, yeah, I don't care about that notification. Tell me about the building. Ah, it's not saying anything. There, wait. Ah, 8 minutes. Okay. I guess I could go release these fish in 8 minutes. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Okay. No, not as much as they were last year. Let me see. It was 4K, Catastrophe, what was that one guy? He only appeared for like one stream. He was a cool guy, don't get me wrong, but I haven't seen him since then. I don't know. And I can't remember his name. And Jonathan Mathers. Those four were the ones that were stopping by in the game, but they haven't been able to play the game recently. And 4K, I think, has just given up on doing anything online. I haven't seen them anywhere recently. So, I haven't seen them on Discord. I haven't seen them in Twitch. So, it just could be an issue of times changing. I still occasionally get people who play No Man's Sky popping into to watch the stream, but these days I more or less get, you know, old friends, new friends showing up to hang out, chill, and talk. And that's all I really want, you know. That's the only reason why I do this live. Not just so I can kind of vent about my day or do podcast related stuff, like talk about what's going on in the world, but it's because I like the fact that when I have somebody show up, then we could talk about stuff. It's nice, you know? It gives me the social connection that I don't normally get from my usual day-to-day activities. And I never really have the time to go out and do anything big anymore, since I usually only have like 4 to 5 hours of leisurely time. And even when I'm on vacation, I am going to be doing stuff with the family. We are planning a trip to Atlanta. But outside of that, the rest of my vacation is probably going to be fixing stuff up around the house and, you know, doing stuff to improve my stream. Kind of a staycation, if you will. I think all of us are kind of tired of going to places in the family, you know, because it used to be when I go on vacation, I would go up to see family in Maryland, or I would go down to see my cousin in Florida, or we would go to certain places like zoos, aquariums, things that my nephew Johnny is interested in going to because, you know, it's around his birthday. But these days we've just delegated it to staying at home and celebrating my nephew's birthday. That's all we really do. But at least this year my dad's coming down to see us, so that's good. It'll be good to see him again. Alright, I'm releasing fish. Ah.
Prismza said, was it you that...
Oh yeah, it's good that you mentioned that because I completely forgot that's another thing I want to do while I'm on vacation. Especially since I can... I'm going to be making a transition with my old laptop. Right now I use it to do stream related stuff as well as do animation and stuff like that, but because Microsoft is going to be discontinuing their support for Windows 10 and my laptop is too old to switch to Windows 11, I'm going to make my laptop permanently an offline laptop just to make sure it stays safe. And from now on I'm only going to use it to do things animation and 3D related, you know. It's just going to be my creative laptop. Alright, so out of all of that, I made about 2,500 nanites. So fishing can really pay off if you're willing to take about a half hour out of your day. But yeah, I want to try and see what Blender has in store for me in the future of 3D printing. But I haven't tried anything since the couple months ago when I mentioned it. I mean, I did load up a 3D model, just to try and get a use of how to do that. But other than that, that's the only thing I really learned how to do, you know? I learned how to load a 3D model into Blender. Not the biggest leap, but it's at least a step into figuring out how to use it. Because then I can figure out how to change certain areas of the print to be a different color. That way it can help out when it comes to doing multi-color prints. Which I have a multicolor 3D printer, so. That's one of the things that I want to try and figure out how to do. I feel like I'll have learned everything once I figure out how to really sculpt and make things with Blender, but that's probably not going to happen for years. You know, it's probably going to take me years to figure out anything like that, because 3D printing and learning all this stuff is basically my hobby, along with gaming. I just have more fun playing video games, but I mean, we all do, you know. Oh, I wish I was more like the type of person who prefers learning to relaxing. There are some people like that. I can't understand how they function. I really wish I could figure out how they're able to cope with doing something like that. Oh, there we go. It's done now. But I just can't be that person. I would love to be. Like, I wanted to learn... Like, last year I started doing... What's it called? That multi-language app with the bird. Duolingo, that's it. I started doing that, but I stopped because it just wasn't, you know, it just wasn't a good way to relax. Even though I was only doing it while I was on the toilet, there were just so many things going on in my life at the time that I was like, I don't have time for this anymore, so I just stopped. I was trying to learn Spanish. Just couldn't focus. Amino chamber. I think I have some of those in my freighter. Yes, these right? No. Let me look at my log. Amino chamber. Oh, it's on there. There it is. Ah, okay, I can make it. Oh, I should check my freighter to see if I have any first. Yeah, I do. Haha. There we go. And I think that'll take another 20 minutes, right? Yep. See, the houses are like the fastest thing to build. The housing. How's the trade system working now? Since I upgraded. Got more things to choose from. We do have more things to choose from, but no dirt, sadly. Gonna need to buy more dirt at some point. It's probably a very weird thing to hear me say in a video game. Man, this stuff I can buy here is great, but they don't have any dirt, so... Not that great. Really wish I could get some dirt. Buy some dirt. Where's the entrance at now? Keep forgetting. The other side. Yes. All the way around. Wrong side. Alright, what do we got going on here? A group of adventurous citizens wish to leave the settlement with geologist entity Volavan. Well, he's a geologist, so he'll know where to go. As their leader, they have suffered enough of the relentless attacks from the Sentinels. They wish to head out into the wilds and locate a source of the drone scourge. so that it may be eliminated once and for all. That sounds like a good idea. Here you go. Take this money. Go on your mission. Good luck. It's gonna take like an hour. Okay. Alright, let's go check out the other settlements, see how they're doing. One of the things that I talked about on the stream months ago that I would like to do if I learned to use Blender, I want to make like a little sarcophagus for my cat who passed away this year. I have his ashes in like a little wooden urn that looks like a little coffin that, you know, we got it from the place where we took him to get cremated. And I want to make him like a sarcophagus, you know, something to honor his memory, and then put the little coffin in it, you know. I would like to be able to do that. Alright, so that building still has 51 minutes left till it's done. Did we get anybody visiting? Starman! Just started playing on my Spotify. Awesome. It would be better if I was in space listening to this. Our advisors feel that the time has come to call upon the blessing of the waters. They wish to call upon its power and ask the overseer how to best proceed. Pray for happiness, pray for deliverance. Oh, this is a hard decision, because lowering the Sentinel's attention rate will help with our debt, and it will prevent pirates from attacking our settlement as much. But happiness is going to improve productivity, which eventually will lead to, you know, our debt being slowly paid better. So I'm gonna go for happiness. Alright, cool. We're a little happier now. Productivity rose by a little bit. That's good. Also because of the building. Actually, that's probably why it rose, because of the building. So we still need about 100,000 in productivity. So we're still not out of the woods. Like I said, it probably might take a full day or another week in my case. So this time next week we will start seeing change from the settlement, and it'll no longer keep getting attacked by pirates, which is the one thing that I'm sad about. Is the fact that knowing they keep getting bombarded by pirates when I'm not here. Alright, I can't really do anything until that one building's done. I was going to say I'm going to cut the stream here, but I realized that's not... the one building only has 20 minutes until it's done, and I could easily do something else in that time. So let's go get more tritium for next time, I guess. I could do that here. Where's my ship? There you are. Coughing a little bit more than usual. Also, I kind of see something in space. Yeah, what is that? Oh, those are my frigate ships. What are they doing here? What? These are the 3 that I sent on a mission. This is where they went. You can actually find your... What? I never knew that. You can actually find your frigates on their adventure, mid-adventure. That is cool. So that's why they list what solar systems they go to as you're getting debriefed. This just happens to be one of the solar systems they went to. That is great. Yeah, 'cause see, there's the newbie right over there. Yo, guys, I didn't realize you'd be hanging out in the same solar system as me. That's awesome. How's your adventure going? Can I talk with them, maybe? Well, this over here is the only ship that has any actual people on it, so... Let's see how they're doing. Dude, you know what would be funny is if they were getting attacked or something and I could help them, and then it shows up later. Yo! Status report, Captain. The generator units are at optimal load, and the supply tanks are full. We have prepared the leftover fuel cells for your own personal use. Oh, okay, thank you. Just some condensed carbon. That's cool. I'm doubting I'll see anybody inside the ship, but if I do see someone in here, I'm gonna be surprised. Because then that would mean that they do participate with stuff on the frigate. It's just they get off the frigate when they come back to my freighter. And that's why I see them roaming around in my freighter.
Prism Zone.
Yeah, but when they go off on their missions, they don't disappear from the freighter.
That does sound like a neat touch. Was that a monster next to the ships?
Yeah, that would be pretty neat if I could save them. You know, once I find them in the vast reaches of space, wherever it is they're going. No, I don't see anybody on board the frigate. That would have been a nice touch too, you know, just have them wandering around on the frigates. But I can understand the limitations involved with that, so it's forgivable. It's just neat that you can actually run into them as they're on their expedition. Okay, more cargo, thank you. Yeah, there wasn't that much from what I last collected. But thank you. That's still neat. I thought that my freighter was here or something and that they returned earlier or whatever, but no, this is just where whoa, they turned into blocks. That's their base appearance from when you're really far away. It took a while for their actual their close range appearance to show up. That's what they look like from very far away. But that's neat. I'm glad that they did that. So you can actually go to the solar systems they visit in their reports. That's another neat little touch too. If you wanted to go to the solar system they got messed up on, you could do that and see exactly what it is that messed them up. Like maybe you'll get under attack by pirates, or you'll see the planet that they were visiting is a harsh planet or something like that. That is really cool. It's so funny seeing them here. It's like bumping into an old friend at the supermarket, you know? Just be like, yo, you're here. What's up, man? It's been a while. Alright, let's collect some asteroids to pass the time. That could be why they keep alerting me about it. They're just like, hey, they're here. You want to go say hi? Alright. Let's see. Where's an asteroid belt? Seeing as a bunch of meteors. Help me. Meteors, meteorites. There we go. There's an asteroid belt. Well, since their expedition, I think, was an 11-hour expedition, I wonder when they're going to leave this solar system to further explore somewhere. You know what? Come to think of it, my freighter is in a star system right next to this one. So it would make sense that this would be a spot that they would stop by before they continue on.
Warning. Threat detected.
Where? Oh, right there. 124,000 bounty. Nah, that's not that good. It was like 10 million. Maybe I'd go after him, but it's not really worth my time at that price. Plus, he's not bothering me. He's not scanning me. I don't have to worry. Dude, get away. This is my asteroid field. You go find your own. I don't want to end up hitting you and getting in trouble with the cops. Look at him. He's like he's trying to get in my way. Several streams ago, I was doing this, and a ship got in my way. This was when I was doing an expedition. And a ship got in my way when I was mining for materials in space. And it started a whole chain where I ended up becoming friends with pirates because I accidentally shot at one trader. And I kept joking about it throughout the entire expedition.
Detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Over this way? It's like 4 guys. Wow. They really want my stuff. Oh, you just missed. God, jeez, dude. Two more. Oh no! There were 5 of them. I thought there were 4. Ah, fuck. Guys, be a distraction. They're hitting the hell out of me. I'm gonna lose my shields at some point. Alright, 2 more. Oh. Yeah.
Hostile ships defeated.
Almost lost my shields. But yeah, throughout that entire expedition, it became like a thing. Everywhere that I went, the pirates were like totally okay with me being there, and I keep getting reputation increases with the pirates in every system. And I was like, wow, you guys must have really hated that traitor. But then once I had finished the expedition, there was an update to No Man's Sky, and it turns out that that was actually a glitch, that you can gain reputations with pirates accidentally as you go through each system, simply by entering the system. I legitimately thought that it was because I attacked that one traitor. I think I was coming up with multiple theories as to why they were supporting me attacking the traitor. Like, I was like, that guy was like holding some kind of market share on the entire industry that was preventing them from getting away with stuff. And I killed him, freeing them to do whatever they wanted. That's right. I think I remember commenting that it made me feel like that one episode of Batman the Animated Series where that one guy accidentally thinks he accidentally kills Batman, and all of the criminals in Gotham are celebrating him as this big tough guy who killed Batman, and the Joker was super pissed off at him. That was a fun expedition. It was a weird glitch, but still it made things a lot funnier. Alright, that's the building in Resolution. It has 30 minutes left, but what about the other building? Here. It says that one has 30 minutes too. That's weird. Oh, that's the expedition I sent them on. Here's the building. Okay, the building's done. Let's go back. I think it'd be easier just to go. Unless... No, that's... Just go to the space station. Use the teleporter there. I don't want to go back to my settlement and then have pirates show up out of nowhere. It's enough I had to fight some in space. I don't feel like doing it on the ground. I think the one thing that's weird about looking at Restream instead of looking at the Twitch preview is that Restream doesn't have like a little clock to tell you how long the stream's been going for, so I don't know exactly how long I've been streaming for. I can check speech chat though. 3 hours, 12 minutes. Oh, that's pretty decent stream. Once I get done with this building, I think I'm gonna cut it out, or gonna stop streaming. Because I'm not gonna play for another 30 minutes just to unlock those other buildings. If I could figure out which one of the buildings it was. It's weird because normally they do point it out when you have it in your log. It's the as the thing you're following. I also need to take a picture, come to think of it. I should have gone into camera mode when I was fighting those pirates. That would have been a good picture. I didn't think to do that though. Alright, let's go into camera mode here. I think I can get a good picture. I want to try and get as many S rank buildings as I can, because I think that's what I'm going to theme. Get the name of the... It's kind of hard to do that without getting an A or a B in here. So I kind of want my thumbnail to illustrate the point that I've gotten this space station or this settlement to an S. And the rainbow in the background kind of just sells it. So yeah, this seems good. I like this. Hide menu. Oh, get that A out of there. Yeah, that's good. You know what? I'm gonna face this way. It's a double rainbow. Now, anyway. Awesome. Ah, there's a bee in the back there. I didn't even see that one. That's good. There. Citizen proposal. Almost done. Alright, let's look at that before I head home. Where's the... There it is. It's been a really fun stream today. I got a lot of the stuff that's been going on this week I was able to talk about, and that makes me feel good because I would have hated to have to explain all of this while on vacation. I mean, I'm bound to repeat myself, that's for sure, but at least I got it explained. And I got a decent amount of units, too. Oh, I gotta put this back on my freighter. Oh, it's in a different system, right? Meh, I can hold on to it. I'm bound to need it for another upgrade at some point. Alright, so when I go on vacation, one of the things I want to do in No Man's Sky is look for a brand new planet to make my home world, my vacation world. Because that was a lot of fun last time I did it in 2023, so we're bound to have a lot of fun doing that this year as well. Also, Prism, I don't know if you're still there, but when you asked about the monster next to the ship, that's actually not a monster. That was one of the frigates. It just looks like a monster. That's what's known as a living frigate. It's just like a big monster that you can send out on expeditions. It doesn't have any people in it or anything like that. It just goes and collects things for you. It's classified as a frigate, but it's basically like a giant monster that gets stuff for you. He can get specific items for you too, so it's good to have one of them. It's not easy to get one either. That one I got from a specific expedition. I think you could still get some certain ways, but not if I know how to do it. I think the expedition's the only way to get it. The Living Ship Expedition. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I think it's called the Living Ship Expedition. Because... No, it's called the Leviathan Expedition. Because that's what the Living Ship is called. The Leviathan. And sorry, when you were talking about there being a monster next to the starships, I thought you were talking about... When I was talking about the pirates and stuff attacking the ships, I reacted more to what you said in the first line of your sentence than the second line about the monster next to the ships. But no, I don't think Prism's still there. I think he headed out. He's no longer in the stream. His little DDD character is no longer there, so... that's alright. I'm about to end the stream anyway. It was just nice having him here. Alright, let's see what they've got here. Oh, of course, there's always a disagreement. The Overseer will be aware of the settlement's gentle scent generator. Oh no, there's a problem with something. And the effect it has on the citizens' happiness. Right, I remember asking for that to be put in. But there has been an act of recklessness from one of the citizens, resulting in an urgent need for repair. I don't know who that person is, but how dare they impede on people's happiness? Expedite live repairs, shut down for refurbishment. We're doing live repairs. That thing makes people happy. I want it fixed now. Cool. Wow, I'm making so much. I mean, we're in debt right now, but that's bound to go away pretty soon. In 46 minutes, but look at that. We're making like 1 million a day. So take that away from that, we're making about 500,000 units a day. In items, obviously. I have it set to give me items, so. Alright, let's head back to my home. Ooh. Oh, just in time. I'm starting to get tired. No fish to turn in. I think I might have some inventory to manage, especially from my ship, because I defeated all those pirates, so they were bound to have something that I collected. Just in case. I can call my freighter here to this system. I would prefer it be here anyway. There we go. Oh. Oh, yeah, because I was mining. I also have to do this. I wish you could just open all of them. There are so many. Gold. So those pirates I've been beating up haven't really been dropping much of anything, have they? Like, maybe they've been dropping these transponders. Or maybe this antimatter, because I don't remember how I got this. Put it with my others. No, I don't. Okay. Thought I had some. Alright, well. Yeah, it's very odd for pirates not to drop some kind of blueprints and stuff, you know? Typically they do. But whatever. I don't care. This goes in my freighter. I don't know why I've had it in my starship for so long. Just guess I kept ignoring it. Oh. Just like an extra cloaking device I have on hand. There we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, it's not parked there. It's parked somewhere else. Come here. There we go. Alright, everything's running smoothly at both my settlements. My freighters are still out, or my frigates are still out, wandering the vast universe. I'll collect everything once I come back next week. So, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Alright, that does it for another day of All Creator Live. Had a lot of fun. Thank you very much to Prism Zero for stopping by. Prism Zeo, I keep saying Zero. Sorry. You know me. Prism Zeo, thank you so much for being here, hanging out and chatting with me. And once again, another thank you to... Oh, I don't have the thing popped up here. But I got a new follower over on Twitch. Thank you so much for following. Damn it, I wish I had the list here so I could see your name, but it's not popping up for me. Sorry. I think it was Stream Guardian something. I think I can pull it up real quick. I've got a little bit of time here. Let's hope it just doesn't take forever to load. There it is. Thank you to Creator Guard Official for following me on Twitch. It was very nice of you. And lastly, I want to apologize to CJ or SJ. I'm sorry, SJ. I did not mean to leave you in the lurch when you stopped by yesterday. I normally respond to everything that everyone comments in the chat during the live stream, but my laptop was malfunctioning, so. Oh, thank you so much, Oronox, for following me over on Twitch. It was very nice of you. And it's nice to meet you.
Oronox is now following.
But
yeah, to SJ, I'm sorry I didn't respond when you were commenting in chat, but my laptop was malfunctioning and I could not hear what it is you were saying. I also could not see the stream's chat at the time because I had to reset my laptop. I sent you a message, so hopefully you see that and understand that I am sorry. I didn't want to make it seem like I was ignoring you. I wasn't, I swear. But yeah, thank you to Prism Zeo, and thank you to Ornox for stopping by, as well as for subscribing. To anyone watching in the archives, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and share the video if you would like. I may be streaming this upcoming Saturday or Sunday because I don't have to work anymore. I'll be on vacation, so we'll see how the day goes. I might be spending most of the time with the family, but if you are wondering when it is I'm going to be streaming and what it is I'm going to be streaming, you can always check the posts tab over on YouTube. I always keep it up to date. Alrighty, everyone. You have a great day and or night. I'm going to get to bed. I hope you sleep easy as well, and I will see you later. Good night, everybody.